Hi guys, it is Monday, September the 12th, and we're super duper excited for tonight's call. But before I introduce you to the speaker, I want to go over a couple of announcements and reminders that we have. So as you know, this Thursday we have a sneak peek at 9 p.m. It is a live event, and if you're not sure exactly what that is, I would ask that you please speak to your upline sponsor coach, or you can message me, and we will get you up to speed with that. But we will love for everybody to attend, and of course, invite people. As I always tell you guys, this is a numbers game, so 1 out of every 5 that you invite will be interested. And then, of course, that's another numbers game on top of that, because not everyone will say yes to the opportunity. But you definitely have to have people going in. So I encourage you to make at least to invite 10 people. And make that your goal, and then let it go from there. So number 2 is new coach camp. This new coach camp that's currently happening ends this Sunday. So we have a team power hour. And for those of you that don't know what the power hour is just yet, which you're learning in this new coach camp this week, we're going to have the team power hour, which basically we teach you how to run an effective hour in your business every single day. Gabby, nice to see you. And of course, number 3, we have a clean eating group starting on the 26th of this month. So your focus next week should be promoting it and getting everybody in on the 22nd, so they have the weekend to prep. All right. So I will add these reminders on our team page, but wanted to let you guys know. I am going to mute some of you. Hi, Maria. Nice to see you. I will add these to the team page throughout the week to remind you guys of what's going on. But I'm super excited because I feel like we're going to end the month strong with everything we have going on. We have a great funnel inviting everybody to something, and I think that we've been doing a good job at it. But ever since we had Amy Grasso 2 weeks ago kind of tell us about her funnel, I feel like we're a lot more focused. So speaking of Amy Grasso, so 2 weeks ago, we had Amy, who really helped us out with organization, how she runs her funnel. And tonight, we actually have Amy Grasso's coach, Teresa. She is from Team Thrive. She is a doll, awesome woman of God. And I am so glad she's with us, because I know that all of us, including myself, we have a huge financial goal somehow, whether it's to pay off a huge debt like a mortgage, or like myself with student loans, or some people who just want to buy a house. Like Teresa is the person to talk to, because she's the only coach in Team Thrive that has been awarded with the financial award. Did I say that right, Teresa?
The Financial Freedom Award.
So I'm not going to share too much as to what it is. That I'm going to let her do that. But I'm super excited because I feel like in every call that I try to, every leader that I try to bring, it's for you guys to relate to something. And some of you may relate, some of us, some of you may not. But with Teresa, however, everybody on this call, just looking at the faces, I know every single why from every single one of you in this call. And I know that you're going to relate to Teresa 110%. So without further ado, I'm going to turn it over to Teresa, who's going to be sharing with us tonight. Go ahead, Teresa.
Oh, thank you very much, Melanie. I'm so honored that you would ask me to speak on your team call tonight, and it's so nice to meet all of you. Of course, I don't really get to spend time with you individually, but it's nice to see the faces of some of the faces of Melanie's team. I think I got to know you really for the first time probably at Diamond Day, at Diamond Retreat, Allie's Diamond Retreat. Right. And your coach is just such a blessing, and she has such a wonderful heart. I'm sure you guys all know that already, but I've really enjoyed getting to know her more and more over this last year. So yeah, I don't know if any of you were on the Team Thrive Coach Charge that I led for Allie. Maybe it was about 3 weeks ago, or a little bit more than that. I'm not sure. But I had some snafus with that, and I thought I hit record, but I didn't. So if you weren't on the call, it's good for you, because I'm basically going to do the same thing again. If you were on the call, you're getting it twice. But yeah, just to, I'm going to go ahead. I can share my screen, right?
Yes, you can. Go ahead.
Okay. All right. So I'm going to go ahead and share my screen. Can you guys see that? All right. And I was going to play it, but in play mode, but I'm afraid that I can't do the thing I was saying with my phone because it takes too much internet and I don't want to like end up freezing out on you guys. So I'm just going to leave it like this so I can still see some of your faces and I'll just click through them as I go. So yeah, basically, you know, when it comes down to is who I am and who I'm not. And, you know, we have a lot of misconceptions as coaches of who we're supposed to be or who we're supposed to emulate. And this is just a little of my humor, but clearly who I'm not is not Jennifer Garner. She is always the body that I always used to emulate, that I always wanted to be, to have. And so clearly I do not have that, still don't have that after being a coach for 6 years, approximately a little bit more than 6.5 years being on my fitness journey. I'm not a fitness professional though. And I say I tried to pretend to be one for a while because, you know, I thought that was the path that, you know, I saw Allie, I saw my upline coach, they were instructors. I thought, okay, well, that must be what I should do to gain credibility and to gain followers and to really be, you know, a fitness professional in this industry. I must need to be a teacher. And I enjoyed it. But you know what, for me and for my personality, I actually really am, you know, like what Shalene would describe as one of those outgoing introverts. And it was more stress at that time in my life than it was really worth. And you know what, sometimes I think that maybe I might dabble in it again someday, but not right now. I'm not a 15-10 or even a 5-star diamond coach. Like I said, I've been in this business. I've been a coach for 6 years. And I'm not there yet. So we're still working towards it. Right now, I'm a 3-star diamond coach. And I'm not even a Success Club legend. 6 years a coach and still don't even have 24 straight months of Success Club. That doesn't mean that it's not a goal of mine every single month to hit Success Club. Of course, that is a non-negotiable goal that we should have. And lastly, I don't really have a tragic or exciting story. I think a lot of times we're always hearing everybody say, tell your story, share your struggle. There's people who want to hear your story and be able to connect to your story. I don't have a tragic story. I don't have a 100-pound weight loss. You know, I can tell you that I think what kind of makes me special or what makes me able to relate to people is that I'm just relatable. I'm just a regular girl. I actually took one of those, I love quizzes. I don't know about you, but anytime that somebody like shares a little quiz, I'm all about it. And I love seeing what the result comes out as. I just took one. It was like a branding quiz. I'll actually share the link if any of you are interested in it. But it said, I'm just a regular gal. And I was like, at first, you know, you get like, oh, you know, like who's going to think that's special? Just a regular gal. But then I realized this is what makes me special. This is what makes me relatable, is that people can feel comfortable with me. They can feel safe with me, that I can make them feel as just regular gals too, that they can do it and they can accomplish their goals and their dreams. I'm a wife of 16 years to my husband, Jason. We were high school sweethearts. I'm a mom to a 14-year-old already and a 12-year-old girl. And that's certainly challenging and getting more and more interesting all the time. And I am, like Mel said, a Financial Freedom Award recipient. You know, of course, my husband owns a plumbing and heating business, and he's pretty successful at that. They're doing well. So I don't like to feel like I'm ever misleading people and thinking that Beachbody was the only thing that got us to our goals. We had the goal to pay off our debt, to pay off our mortgage. And what Beachbody did for us is it really accelerated those goals. My husband is a great saver, and he's great at our finances and keeping me in check. And we probably would have paid that mortgage off maybe 10, 15 years, but Beachbody is what it was able to accelerate those goals and really give us that financial freedom now. So we are completely debt-free. It's an amazing feeling, especially, like I said, knowing I have a 14-year-old and a 12-year-old, and college feels like it's knocking on my door. Thank God I still have a little bit of time, but it's close. And of course, while I don't necessarily believe that maybe I should pay for the whole thing for them, I feel like maybe they should have to contribute a little bit. I don't want them to be saddled with debt. I don't think any parent does. So it's a great feeling knowing that we have the ability to help our children to shape their future, to not start out saddled with huge student loan debt. And this says, because I made this slide a while ago, about 4 weeks, I will be a full-time stay-at-home mom and Beachbody coach. And now we can change that to 2 more days. I'm so excited. I trained my sister-in-law is replacing me in the business. And she started last week, and she's got it good. I might have to go in and help her with random things, but Thursday, or basically Wednesday's my last day. And so I'm thrilled about that, to just be able to even take this business further, to help more people to be able to focus single-minded, and to just be a coach, a wife, and a mom as my primary focus in life. So that gives you a little bit idea of who I am. Let's see. So I think Melanie called this like lessons I've learned. I'm trying to put this so you can see it. It's a little bit big. But anyway, mistakes I've made. Basically, one of the biggest mistakes I've made is letting my own fitness at times take a back seat, and really going into management mode versus being a true coach. And I'm sure that all of you can kind of relate to this in some ways, especially as you start to grow your business and as you start to have a team underneath you and you start to step into that leadership role. I started out with 6.5 years ago being somebody that was never into fitness before. I never had a ton of weight to lose, but after having children, I was that yo-yo dieter with 20 pounds up or down, and trying everything to get back to that skinny body I had before. That's, was my ideal. Like for lunch in high school, I had Mountain Dew and Skittles every day. And so, of course that didn't work anymore. Like, we grow up and hormones change and our metabolism slows down, and I had a hard time. So I did Insanity and I felt amazing, but somehow we get busy and we start to think that we have to manage all these details, and all of a sudden our own fitness can take a back burner. And what I really needed to learn and remind myself of over and over and over again is that this is just never okay. It's never okay to let your own fitness take a back seat. Even if you don't have huge weight loss goals to conquer, we signed up to coach because we experienced a change in our own life. That's what I experienced with Insanity because of Beachbody. And coaching should help you stay accountable to that and helping you feel continually better and share that with others. And that was something that I had to really put in the forefront. Chelsea Pearson, if you saw her presentation with Allie at Summit, she said her team has this hashtag because they went through this period of not putting their fitness first. So they hashtag we do fitness first. So that's what I had to start doing. Most of the time, I love to do fitness first thing in the morning. And I think that's a really great practice to put it into. Like Shalene says, what time is the best time to work out? The time that you can stick to, the time where you can keep that appointment with yourself. Most of the time it's for me in the morning. But as you can see right now, I didn't get dressed up for your call. I just banged out my workout because I had a little bit of time And I knew I had to get it done before this was done. And I really didn't want to do it at 9:30 or whenever the call was over. So I banged it out, and I think that was good to help bring my energy up before I came and talked to you guys. And you don't have to be perfect. You have to make it a priority. You have to be an example. You need to feel good. This business can get emotionally draining. And when you don't feel good yourself, it just makes it that much harder. So I just, it seems like the most basic thing. It probably seems silly to stress this so much, but we can put it to the back burner, and it's really important that we don't. So that was probably one of the biggest mistakes I made in the past. Comparison. And I know this is another biggie for so many people, but you have to put your blinders on. Like I said, I've been a coach for 6 years. It could be really easy for me to compare myself to other coaches, such as like Ali Vaughn or Jimmy Hayes Nelson, or, even like coaches like Lindsay Matway or Melanie Mitchell that have been coaches less time than I have, but seem so much further in the business. And you see these shiny things, and you just wonder, why am I not there? But you're not running their race. You don't know what they're going through. You don't know what they did to get there. And you don't know what else is going on behind the scenes. And I think that that's really important to remember. And just focus on what's actually a priority in your life and to your people. Like I said, for me and my husband, a lot of times, I could look at placing, like, my left leg right now is my hindrance. Some of you understand different things about that. And I could look at placing every single coach that I bring onto that left leg until we get over that hump and rank advance. But that would not necessarily help my financial goals. It would not help my cycle bonus. So maybe that's a little bit technical, but you get what I'm saying. My priorities were my family and helping our pay down our debt and get to a place where we could be financially fit and I could stay home and work this business full time. Focus on your strengths and improving those every day. Think about what are the things that you're that you excel at, that you're good at, and try not to focus so much on your weaknesses and what you perceive to be holding you back. I think John Maxwell is the one that talks about this, and he talks about how get really, really good at the things you're good at and stop focusing so much on the things you're not. Yeah, it's important to, if you're not good at social media, yes, it's good to work on those areas and to get better at them. But it's really much better to focus on the areas that you excel at so that you can really be the leader in that area and you can really attract to the people in the ways that work best for you. And another mistake, this is a big one, is, oh, look at that. Overwhelmed. I was overwhelmed. Jimmy Hayes Nelson says it perfect when he says overwhelm is a choice. And every time I start to tell myself that I'm overwhelmed, I snap that thought into my head and I say, I say overwhelm is a choice. He taught me that, and now it's like stuck in my brain. And I said, I don't have to feel overwhelmed. I don't have to. Overwhelm is a choice. I get into paralysis by analysis a lot. I don't know if any of you suffer from that, but I can be a perfectionist. I can plan until I'm blue in the face. When the fact of the matter is, we just need to do something. We just need to start. A plan that's just, not that great, but you do it is so much better than a perfect plan that never gets going, that never gets off the ground. So just make your plan and just work your plan. It doesn't have to be perfect. You can continue to make it better as you go. And just stop BSing yourself. Excuses are just lies that you're telling yourself. You don't have to be overwhelmed. do the things that matter most, prioritize, and you do have time. Remind yourself, you do have time. We are all busy. Every single one of us is busy. Every single one of us has a million things on our plate. And if you want this bad enough, if your why is big enough, you'll make the time. You'll figure out the time. Everyone can do more for a season. And I do stress the word season because I think, this was something, and I think it was all women on the call tonight as I looked around at the faces. But one of the lies I think that Satan tried to tell us is that as women that we could have it all and do it all, be full-time moms and full-time employees and have these amazing careers. And we can, but it's hard to do it all good. You want Beachbody to help you provide for that, you're going to have to put in the hustle. And then you can design your schedule, and then you can design your day later on, what works best for you and for your family, if that makes sense. So lastly, just take action. Like I said, just take action. If you're not seeing the success that you want, be honest with yourself about what you're doing and you're not doing. This was something for myself as well, that I would spend hours on Facebook scrolling, just seeing what was going on. Like I said, making plans, but not really doing anything, telling myself what I should be doing. Oh, I should sign up for that academy. But yet I never followed the plan of the academy. Be honest with yourself about what you're doing and you're not doing. Are you doing your power hour every single day? Are you private messaging, inviting at least 3 to 5 people a day? Are you doing your personal development? Don't lie to yourself and to others that you're doing it when you're really not, because you're not helping anyone. You're only hurting yourself. Keep doing those things that you're supposed to be doing. If you are doing the things that you're supposed to be doing, keep doing them, because you are not going to see the results right away. Not very often. Sometimes you do, but not very often. You have to plant those seeds for 3 months, 6 months. Sometimes it might be a year down the road. One time we got on a new coach camp call with our team, and we just got kind of on this subject about how, you'll hear somebody say, be here a year from now. And one of my downline coaches, Carolyn Chaldone, said, yeah, when I signed up for this business, I really didn't know what to expect. But I just told myself, what do I have to lose? It's not a big investment. I really enjoy the products anyways. I'm going to give it my all for 5 years. And my mouth just dropped. I was just like, 5 years? Like, did she really just say 5 years? Like, it's really not that unreasonable, because if you open up a brick and mortar store or business in the real world per se, it might take a couple of years to 5 years to really see the success of that business. But yet in something like this, we expect to see it overnight. So I was really impressed by that she said she would give it 5 years. And you know what? It has not taken 5 years for her to really see the success and to see the results. And it won't take you 5 years. If you keep doing the things you're supposed to be doing, you're going to see those small goals achieved day by day by day. So keep doing those things that you know that you should be doing, even if you're not seeing the results. And then, like I said, do them some more. Find your pockets of time and be focused. We all can find those 15 to 20 minute chunks of time to half hour to an hour. And then feel the fear and do it anyways. These are those things that you hear everybody say, but they're those things that you really need to be into your mind. Courage doesn't mean that you're not afraid. Courage means that you do it even though you're afraid. This is not, this business is not that complicated. It's really not. We overcomplicate it in our minds. That doesn't mean that it's easy. It's not easy. I still get butterflies in my belly every single time I'm going to talk to somebody on the phone, or every time somebody reaches out and I think, oh, can I help this person? Like, is she going to want to do what I have to offer? I still get bellies in my, butterflies in my belly too. But we have to understand, we have to come at it from a right mentality, the right motives. I sometimes check myself and I'll say a little prayer before I talk to somebody on the phone and just say, God, let me do what is right for this person. Help me to have the right intentions as I speak to her, and just to truly be a blessing to her and to add value to her. And whatever the result might be, let it be what you would have, because sometimes we get those numbers in our head. We think of those goals that we have, and we start to talk to that person thinking about that instead of what can really be the benefit to that person. And then Jeff Hill had said this on a call at the end of the wake up calls. I love his little inspiring messages that he'll just give right at the end. And he said, what in your life is worth fighting for? And that's the thing. We talk about having our why all the time, but you just always have to be thinking about what in your life is worth fighting for, and you have to fight for that. So that's what I have for you tonight. And I'll stop the share. And I don't know what you usually do, Mel, but I am happy to answer any questions about this or about anything you have. And I hope that, part of me thinks, well, it's a little generic, but I just think sometimes, it's good to hear from somebody else the things that we already know and should know.
Yeah, absolutely. Ladies, do you guys have any questions? Can you unmute yourself and take advantage of Teresa? I'm trying to see if I see anybody unmuting. That's kind of how we would know. No questions, comments, concerns, anything?
I want to say something.
Go ahead, Gabby.
Just want to ask you that you mentioned that you were feeling overwhelmed and that you were at first time just wandering in the like not getting things done. Like, how did you transition from like not getting things done to getting to like your system? Like maybe the decisions that you took, or just wanted to know like your experience.
Yeah, I think that we all know the things that we're supposed to be doing, but then sometimes we kind of fool ourselves into thinking that we're just doing busy work, instead of getting to the heart of the matter of the things that we are needing to be doing. I know that Allie talks about the power of threes in the Team Thrive Academy, that piece of paper. I think that is a great tool, or whatever system you set up for yourself. The important thing with systems is to just find the one that works for you. Not the same one doesn't always work for everybody, and to just stick with it. Like the business activity tracker that Beachbody has. I tried that for a while. It really wasn't something that I could stick with. So once you find your system that works for you, you just have to stick with that system. I use my Erin Condren day planner. Like Allie really likes using like a calendar and blocking all her chunks of time on the computer calendar. And I don't enjoy doing that. I find it tedious. I like using my paper and pencil planner. Like I use an app on my phone, for my to-do list and stuff. But for my looking at my schedule and where do I have my chunks of time, I really like a paper and pencil scheduler, that I can look at on Sunday nights and sit down, look at my week and say, and there, you always have to have a little wiggle room. Life is always going to happen. Things are always going to come up, but you have to have your chunks of time that that you're going to devote to this business, and knocking out that power hour, that inviting and following up and reaching out to new people. And of course, getting your workout done in your personal development. Does that help a little bit?
Yeah. Just, I feel good like hearing other, like you mentioned, listening to other people's stories that I'm in the process as well. I mean, it's kind of normal that I'm gonna get there eventually.
Yeah, and you know what? The big thing is, I think it's okay to follow other coaches and, you know, to take inspiration from them. But remember that, you know, you're on your own, you're your own person, you're on your own journey, and to focus on one step in front of the other. And it may not happen as quickly or as for you as for other people, and that's okay. Focus on what, you know, you're doing and the people that you're helping, and the goals will happen.
Yeah. Thank you.
Anybody else, ladies? Let me mute. Gabby, I'm muting you for a second. No one else? Awesome. Well, Teresa, thank you so much for being with us tonight. One of the reasons why I really wanted to have, you know, Teresa on tonight, guys, is because, and I'm glad she shared, I didn't want to go into too many details, but as she shared, like, she has the goal to be a Success Club legend one day, and she has the goals to be, you know, I'm sure 5-star, 10-star, whatever, you know. But what I love about her story is that she's not focusing on what we call the shiny things. Now, is rank okay to, you know, to go after? Absolutely. If you're driven by that, I'm driven by that. I'm driven by rank. That doesn't make me a bad person or anything like that. It's just me, a rank, a diamond, for me personally, means that I'm helping someone else take a step of freedom and be a leader. So it depends on what it means to you. But to me, it means that we're developing leaders. You know, for other people, it might be money. For other people, it might be, I don't know. But for me, that's what it is. But Teresa is proof that she stayed focused into, I'm so sorry for hearing that. She stayed focused in what mattered most, and it was her family. Let me tell you this, and I don't know her story as far as her numbers and how she did it, but I'm going to tell you what I'm currently seeing. And you guys, most of you guys should know this. If you don't, it's because you're probably newer coach and you don't know what it means. But I just recently opened up my second business center. It's been about 5 weeks now, I believe. And I can tell you that I wish I would have done it sooner, because I'm seeing the financial benefits and I'm seeing what I'm able to do financially. And my focus, and, you know, with the goals I have, paying off my student loans, like everything that I would like to do. And my husband and I are in this war on debt zone where we just want to pay off our debt. And again, as much as I am rank driven, these 4 weeks have changed my mentality. And that's why I understand Teresa. And again, like, I don't know if that's kind of like the route you go, you know, you go towards, Teresa, but like, I know what the second business center is doing in my, like, you know, financially. And it's like, as much as I want 10-star down in the future, I'm like, I'm focusing on opening a bunch of second business centers because I'm seeing what it's doing. So that's one of the reasons why I really wanted Teresa. So thank you, Teresa, for being so transparent, you know, sharing about your, you know, the things that you quote unquote haven't accomplished, but you've done so much more than that because you've stayed true to your real goal, which is your family and the financial freedom that you envision. So.
Oh, well, you're welcome. It was my pleasure. I just hope you guys can take something away from that, a little nugget here or there, to just keep going. You know, that's at the heart of my story. I've had successes and failures, and, you know, why am I not a Success Club legend? Because I've come across months where, you know, I felt like a failure because I didn't hit Success Club. I wasn't able to help those 3 people as much as I would have loved to, for whatever reason, whether it was my fault or whatnot. And, you know, you have those highs and those lows in this business, but the main thing is to just keep going, and that anyone can be successful in this business if you just don't give up, if you just focus on continuing and looking forward and readjusting your sales, readjusting your goals, readjusting the timeline, and just continuing to reach out and try to help people each and every month. Awesome.
Thank you, Teresa, so much. Thank you, ladies, for hopping on tonight. And of course, for those that are not here, for your success partners and things like that, I am going to have the recording up in about 15-20 minutes. So go ahead and share away, okay? Thank you, Teresa. We really appreciate your time with us. Thank you.
No problem. Have a good night, ladies.
Good night, ladies.